Hello techies, welcome to the day 5 of my 100 days coding challenge in JavaScript. Today I'm talking about basic arithmetic operators in JavaScript. Let's come to our VS Code where we stopped yesterday. So I'll just write this down. Basic arithmetic operators in JavaScript. And this is not even different from the normal day-to-day calculations that we do. For example, adding, subtracting, dividing, and all that, because definitely we have to subtract our figures when we start coding, so they are very necessary. So let's start with the addition. The addition operation is not different from the normal adding method that we use in our day-to-day lives. For example, 2 plus 2, we all know it will give us 4. 10 plus 10 will give us 20. 20 plus 20 will give us 40. Let me put this here. 10 plus 10. 10 plus 10. So yeah, you know this will give us 20 already. Now, it's also important for us to know that the 10 there is an operand and the plus is an arithmetic operator. In other words, the things that you are adding are operands, while the plus sign there represents an operator. In other words, the plus symbol you see there is an arithmetic operator, while whatever it is adding together is an operand. So if the plus symbol is adding two things together, then it's adding two operands together, and together they are going to form an operation. So this will give us 20. And because we need somewhere to store our results, I'm just going to declare a variable here, x equal to 10 plus 10. So this x will be holding the result of our operation. Console.log x to see this in our console. Yeah, so I'll just right click, go to inspect, then straight to our console, messages, and you see this is 20. This is an addition operation, and 10 plus 10 is 20. We are able to see this because we stored our result in a variable. Every outcome will need to be stored somewhere, and that is what we did here. I added another 0 to the 10, which is 100 plus 20 is 120. You can see that in the console. So I'm just going to properly declare this variable by using the let keyword. This is not different from the normal math that we do in class, where teacher will ask us to look for x after saying something like x equal to 10 plus 10. Then we look for x. Then you already know that x will be storing whatever the result is. So if we are asked to look for x equal to 10 plus 10, then look for x. We already know that the new value is 20, and that is what x will be. This is not even complex. It's just knowing your operands and your operator, then storing your operation in a variable. Now we're going to talk about this subtraction. When you are minusing something from another item, for example, I say 5 minus 3, you know that will give you 2. So now I'm going to declare a variable, name it subtraction result. This is just a name I want to store my operation in. So I'll say subtraction results. Let's just say 20 minus 10. If we console.log this, you know it will give us 10, definitely. So always remember that you have to store your operation somewhere, and that's what I did there. Subtraction result. Subtraction result is the container I use in storing my variable. So we'll just see this in the console. This is going to be 10, and here it is 10. So that's how you subtract in JavaScript also. Always know the operand minus another operand. That is 20, then the subtraction operator, then another operand, and then we got 10. Now you see that this is not different for what we do in our daily lives, how we calculate. Let's see the multiplication operation. To get the multiplication operation, we use the asterisk on our keyboard. So let's say 20 times 70. 20 times 70 will give us 1400. So you see that it's not different from the normal multiplication that you do. I'm going to store this in a variable. Let's multiply, then we assign it to it. So if we log this in our console, of course we are going to get 1400, and you see that our outcome has been stored in a variable. So every operation, everything you do has to be stored somewhere, because there will always be an outcome and needs to be stored somewhere. Now let's go to our console. See, 1400 is already there, sitting pretty. Now this is how arithmetic operation is being done. Operand times the operand, that's a multiplication operation. So now let's talk about modulus. What modulus operation simply does is that it gives us the remainder of a division operation. For example, if I say 40 divided by 3, we use the percentage for modulus operation. So if I say 40 divided by 2, of course this will remainder 1. This will give us 1. So of course, let's store the outcome in a variable to get this result. I am using any random name, so you can use anything you like. Just assign your operation to it. And always put in mind that your outcome needs to be saved to a variable, which I have just done, and your operand and your operator needs to be there. Now let's console.log molen. So we're going to go to our console and see the remainder. Of course, this is 1. So this is what modulus does. This is what modulus does. Modulus only returns the remains. So even if we come here and say 10 divided by 3, it will give us 1. But if we come here and say 8 divided by 2, there is no remains. It will actually give us 0. Let's remove the 3 and just put 2. You see that this will be 0. So there is no remainder. So modulus does not give us even numbers. It gives us just the remainders. That's the purpose of modulus. Lastly, let's see the division operation. To get the division operator, we use the slash on our keyboard, the slash key on our keyboard. So we're going to declare a variable. Remember, it's very important for us to always declare variable to store our outcome. So I'll say divide equal to 9 divided by 3. We already know this will give us 3. Let's go to our console and console.log divide. Then we go to our console to see the outcome. And here we have 3. So it's nothing different from the normal division that we already know. It's just like from the normal division timetable that most of us already have. If I come here and say 6 divided by 2, we already know this will give us 3. Or I come here and say 10 divided by 4 and all that. For example, let me change this to 2. So then we'll go to our console. You see it's giving us 4.5. So there is nothing different from the normal. There's nothing different from what we already know. So it's what your normal calculator gives you that it also gives you here. So if I come here and change this to 4, to give us 2.25. Yeah, so you see that it is not even different. So thank you, and see you all in the next class.